semifinal. Ole Miss and LSU, one of these teams is going to face South Carolina for an SEC Tournament Championship. The question mark, the SEC Player of the Year, Angel Reese. Will she play in this game? Went down with an injury late yesterday in the quarterfinals. Ole Miss will be ready to go no matter what. Marquisha Davis fresh off a career-high 33 points against Florida. This is the SEC Women's Basketball Tournament Semifinals. Ooh, catch your breath. 1.1 on the clock. The inbound to Camila Cardoso. Her first career three-pointer is good. And South Carolina avoids the upset. They go to 31-0 on the season, and they also go on to the SEC Tournament Final. Gamecocks led by as many as 23 in that game over Tennessee, but Camila Cardoso with the heroics. They're advancing. Who will join them, LSU or Ole Miss? We mentioned it, Angel Reese yesterday in the quarterfinals against Auburn in the fourth quarter. A scary moment here. Watch her right ankle. She tweaks it. She would leave this game and not return. We were wondering what her status was because she's so important to what LSU does. So, Brooke, will we see Angel Reese today?
You sure will. She's dressed, warming up, and she will start tonight for the Tigers. So great news for them. Last night you mentioned she turned her ankle in the fourth quarter against Auburn. She tried coming out staying warm on the exercise bike. That didn't work. So today she did not participate in shoot around. She wore a boot and looked a little stiff when she was walking around. So guys, if that stiffens up, she and LSU will need to lean on her double-double sister, Anissa Morrow, to shine, who also got a shiner of her own last night.
Yeah, it was a really physical game. So the good news that we will see Angel Reese, Courtney Lau, and Carolyn Peck with you. Interesting, too, because when we watched Angel this morning at shoot-around, she looked a lot different than she does right now.
Oh, absolutely. But think about it. If she had gone through shoot-around today and there is any aggravation to the ankle, it could stiffen back up. So anytime she's going to use it, it needs to be game time, not practice time.
And you know that she wants to play in this game for sure. Angel Reese is available. She is in the starting lineup. Well, LSU doesn't have a ton of depth, but their starters handle most of the work. That's why Angel's so important. Flau'jae Johnson was awesome yesterday, a season-high 25 points.
Well, the experience that she got in the national championship last year, she came out with that same kind of fire yesterday against the Auburn Tigers. Flau'jae Johnson, 25 points, 7 rebounds. The intensity, the tenacity that she brought to the floor. Flau'jae Johnson is playing like she wants to go after a championship. She's playing, trying to get to Sunday.
And it was funny in the postgame, she said, I didn't think I had my best game. She had a season-high 25 points. Now, she was proud of the 4 steals she got in that game, too. But LSU going up against Ole Miss, a team they haven't played since January 7th. And this Ole Miss team, they got a 3-headed monster, and it showed up Friday night.
Oh, they do. When you look at Marquisha Davis and what she did yesterday, she had 33 points. And then Madison Scott, she didn't think she played very well. Oh, just a walk in the park, 14 and 15, double-double. And Kennedy Todd Williams running the point for Ole Miss, really stepped things up in the fourth quarter and helped them to advance to today.
There's Marquisha Davis, number 2 in that Navy jersey. LSU won the first meeting 84-73. It's been a minute, though, since both of these teams have played. That was back on January 7th. This time, they play for a spot in the SEC Tournament Championship game. Angel Reese and Madison Scott to jump. Flau'jae steps in and steals the tip.
Now, the defense of Ole Miss has been the area that has really caused opponents problems, that man-to-man pressure, and they can switch.
Shot up and in, Haley Van Lith with the first points. Ole Miss starting lineup, we are used to seeing Snetta Collins in this starting lineup. We are told that she may not play today due to a coach's decision.
That means even more will be required from Marquisha Davis, Kennedy Todd Williams, and Madison Scott.
Anissa Morrow going in the paint.
Now, and last year, Poa starting at the point position without Michaela Williams. She's not been able to play, didn't play yesterday. And so Poa's got to organize the offense for LSU.
She did a great job of doing that yesterday. Her and Haley Van Lith, we can see the chemistry growing every game as Kennedy Todd Williams misses. Yeah, you mentioned it. Last year, Poa in that starting lineup. Michaela Williams is being held out just for precautionary reasons. She's had a little soreness in her foot. She was moving great at shoot-around today.
Yeah, that was a good sign. She was doing a little workout on the other end of the floor. Because I think the most important thing while Michaela Williams is out as she gets her dance move on,
that's right,
is to stay in great game shape. And so the movement that she was putting on the other end was a good sign. Looked like she's going to be healthy and ready to play in the NCAA tournament.
Catch and shoot for Haley Van Lith. The rebound for Angel Reese. Morrow shaking off the defense.
Anissa Morrow is somebody I would want in my foxhole, ready to battle, because she competes every second. She brings the intensity whenever the lights are on.
It was a really physical contest yesterday with Auburn, even though it was a 30-point win for LSU. Marquisha Davis came out with a black eye. Flage! And LSU looks like they did yesterday. Great start.
And it's important that they get off to a good start. Try to get a lead, and what you want to try to do, especially when you don't have a lot of players that can rotate in, you want to try to take the hope out of your opponents so you have that cushion.
Kim Mulkey brought the very first national championship to LSU last season. They have had 9 straight wins since losing back-to-back games against South Carolina and Mississippi State. This is a team that just gets better and better each outing.
They get to know each other. You only have 2 starters that have returned from that national championship team.
Madison Scott over to Kennedy Todd Williams. She saves it back to Scott. And a 3-point play possible for Madison Scott. Who, big news for Ole Miss fans, she's decided she's going to return next year.
Well, they have to be happy about this, because when you're getting this kind of effort for number 24 in blue, that's something great momentum to build on going into next year.
Madison Scott, usually a forward, has been asked to play the point some this year after they lost KK Deans for the season, the transfer from Florida. It's been point guard by committee for Ole Miss, and they've made things work.
And LSU, with the number of minutes that the starters have to play and the style of ball that Ole Miss plays, you're going to see how endurance plays a role.
That's a blocking foul on last year Poa, and that's her second. Remember, LSU doesn't go very deep, so foul trouble could be a problem.
Kim Mulkey was very clear to her team this morning. What's the most important thing that we have to do? And the team said, get back. They got to get back in transition. And I was wondering what would happen. Normally you can just leave Angel Reese inside to do the offensive rebounding and everybody else can get back. Without Angel Reese, was everybody going to be in retreat?
Good news is that they do have Angel Reese. And you see Tamari Key and her mom, Tennessee, just a heartbreaker. They came back from 23 points down, had the lead, and then Camila Cardoso hit that 3 at the buzzer.
That's just heartbreaking, and you just saw the change of emotion, of jubilation, celebration. Tennessee thought they had that one, but that is just a sign. Look, you play until that final buzzer.
Who's going to meet South Carolina in our SEC Tournament Championship tomorrow?
Big way playing off of Angel Reese as long as she's away from the paint.
Zakiya Stevenson here for Ole Miss. To Kennedy Todd Williams waiting in the corner. And that's a travel on Angel Reese. You see Kelly Harper picking up her daughter. Tennessee played so hard today.
They did, and having to come from 23 points down to give them a chance to win. It's tournament time. Anything can happen.
Stevenson too much, and Anissa Morrow will bring it down the floor for LSU.
Angel Reese is not herself. And normally on a shot like that, she would be flying to the glass.
Now she's first in the nation in offensive rebounds per game. We'll watch how Angel moves. Again, she twisted that right ankle yesterday. Van Lith for two. Reese up for the offensive rebound. And Ibakwe blocked it. Anissa Morrow will try the three. No. Morrow swipes that away, and it'll be Ole Miss basketball. Well, Yolette McPhee-McEwen, 7-game win streak for her Ole Miss Rebels. 12 wins against SEC teams. That's a school record. They have their best SEC finish since 1992. They're trying to get back to the finals of this tournament for the first time since 1983.
The progression of this team in this program, it started with Coach O having her team have an identity, and their identity is all about the defense. There, LSU got a 5-second call.
Yeah, they pride themselves on that defense. You have no choice. If you're going to play at Ole Miss, you got to defend. They have T-shirts that say "We Defend." You can see it in their facility. Signs up. It's their identity. It's their DNA.
And not only play defense, you got to love playing defense.
Pretty shot from Flage in the short corner. Marquisha Davis, the speed. Oh, the shake, the bake, the bucket. Again, coming off a career-high 33 points. It was the third most points by a Rebel in this tournament, ever.
Understand, in playing Ole Miss, you've got to protect the paint. Look at Anissa Morrow go. This game could go up and down, and if it's fast-paced, that does not play to the advantage of LSU.
Aaliyah Del Rosario whistled for her first foul. Well, the Bayou Barbie trying to tough it out for LSU today. We take a deeper look on the SEC Player of the Year when we come back.
An outstanding player. That's the first thing. Don't say that she is this celebrity before you say she is a great player.
Yeah.
All right, Angel Reese.
I'm seeing the gold, I'm seeing the glory, I'm seeing the green.
I want to win and do whatever it takes to win. I just want to dominate as much as I can and being able to be there for my teammates.
Well, Angel Reese, should she stay? Should she go? She has the option to come back to LSU and play another season or enter the WNBA draft. She's the SEC Player of the Year. She averages a double-double. In fact, she's had 10 straight double-doubles coming into this game.
And one of the hardest players in the country to keep off the offensive glass. She's got great energy, a terrific second jump. And how she scores it, it's so unorthodox, it's hard to guard. So I think that she would be drafted if she goes on to the WNBA. But I think Kim Mulkey would also benefit if she decided to come back for another season.
She's projected as the number 7 pick in the WNBA draft coming up on April 15th. Pick and roll with Aaliyah Del Rosario. And a travel. And here comes Angel Reese back to check in for LSU. Again, coming into this game was questionable. Didn't see her in shoot around today after she rolled that ankle yesterday.
She's so competitive. I think that it was going to take a whole lot. And she reminded us that where she's from.
She's from Baltimore.
She's from the DMV.
That's what she told Brooke last night.
So she said she was Baltimore tough.
Poe will set up the offense here for LSU. How would you grade Angel going to the next level?
Look, Angel Reese has a terrific motor. We talked about her rebounding. Now, versatility, that's a question mark. I gave her a B just because she doesn't have to demonstrate that she has a perimeter game, though I've seen it in practice, just not in games, and really want to see how that translates once she goes to the professional level.
That's stolen away by Taya Singleton. Kennedy Todd Williams offensive board. Carissa Richardson, top of the key, no. And that's the 6th rebound for Angel Reese tonight.
Richardson and Singleton have their hands full battling Morrow and Reese.
Ole Miss just 1 for its last 7. Well, that's usually a really good look for Marquisha Davis.
Yeah, she's so good at the mid-range. I think she's got to get to her spot, then stop, elevate.
First foul against Kennedy Todd Williams of Ole Miss. Zakiya Stevenson in, Marquisha Davis out for the Rebels.
Look for pick-the-picker action from LSU.
Flau'jae for 3.
Okay, Flau'jae Johnson got so much confidence, she let it go and headed the other end. She was like, that's money.
Coming off that season-high 25 points. Look, you see her points show up, but Kim Mulkey was quick to comment her defense yesterday. She had the task of Honesty Scott Grayson. It's a tough defend, and
really
she did a great job.
I mean, played herself all the way to the point of cramp, and she was just leaving it all on the floor. And Flau'jae Johnson knows that she has to step up her offense, not having Michaela Williams available. Watch this. Release. You don't even have to watch it go all the way through, Flau'jae. Just go ahead. Head on down the other end.
The SEC Freshman of the Year last year, now a sophomore, made sure there was no sophomore slump.
Yeah, she came back to Baton Rouge this past summer to put in some extra work.
That's going to stay with LSU. That's a foul on Madison Scott. So Flau'jae Johnson has scored 6 of the last 8 points for LSU.
Angel Reese is yet to score. This would be her first point.
Missed them both. She's 7th in the nation in free throw makes. Meanwhile, a 2-minute scoring drought here for the Rebels.
You see how LSU is protecting the paint. They want to force Ole Miss into taking perimeter shots.
And that's going to be the 3rd foul on Lastir Poa.
It's early to have 3 on your point guard. Kim Mulkey's not happy about it.
Anissa Morrow with the steal. And the floater. She's got 8. Remember, she was an All-American at DePaul before transferring to LSU.
The body control, but for Morrow in transition.
The drought continues for the Rebels. They're 1 for their last 10. Still no points for Angel Reese. Richardson running in transition, too far under the basket. Up ahead to Reese. Around Madison Scott, and there are the first points for the SEC Player of the Year.
Madison Scott could have been called on a foul on that, made some contact with Angel.
It's a 7-0 run for LSU and a 3-minute scoring drought for Ole Miss. That's the first on Angel Reese.
Well, Stevenson is looking for every opportunity where she can drive on Haley Van Lith, and that's causing Angel to have to rotate over. And the last thing LSU wants to do is get Angel Reese in some foul trouble.
One of 2 for Zakiya Stevenson. Under a minute to go here in the first quarter.
And it's just the first quarter. Angel Reese does already have 7 boards. Ooh, there was a lot of contact.
Reese hit the ground. Flau'jae Johnson got it back. And that's off of LSU. So Angel Reese will take a seat for the final 28.2 seconds. Aaliyah Del Rosario in.
Well, Kim Mulkey is managing Angel Reese's minutes. She took her out just before the last media timeout, now taking her out before the end of the quarter.
Ole Miss hasn't had a field goal in 4.5 minutes.
Marquisha Davis needs to get the basketball. Number 2 at the top of your screen.
Kennedy Williams looking to cook. Rita Igbokwe here. The hook shot, no. And a 7-1 run for LSU. Ole Miss missing its last 8 shots. Angel Reese in the starting lineup today. 2 points, 7 rebounds in the first quarter. We will talk to her head coach, Kim Mulkey, when we come back to Greenville in our second semifinal tonight. ESPN's exclusive presentation of college basketball is brought to you by Principal. Let's build a retirement and benefits plan that works for your team. LSU up 19-12 after the first quarter. Moments ago, Kim Mulkey caught up with Brooke.
Coach, Angel Reese getting on the board with scoring. She was able to get some boards for you. What's your assessment of how she looks to you so far?
Oh, I think she's a warrior out there. I think Angel's going to bang and battle. You know, obviously when you tweak your ankle, you don't have as much lift when you go up, but she's battling in there. We just got to keep them off the foul line.
And Flau'jae Johnson doing her part as well. A good start for her. What are you seeing that you like?
Well, she's shooting the ball extremely good. She's defending. It's going to be a battle.
All right, thanks, Coach.
The SEC, baby.
SEC tournament has not disappointed. Well, this LSU team right now, they're 7 in the net. Charlie Cream has them as a 2 seed. Talking with him this morning, he said a loss today could drop them out of that 2 seed line.
And that's what Kim Mulkey, and talking to her this morning, I mean, she's not a fan of conference tournaments, and because she feels like it can only hurt your positioning. Her main focus is a great seed in order to compete in the NCAA tournament.
Yeah, she wants to make sure that this team is peaking at the right time when it comes to NCAA tournament time. They did that last year, and they won a national championship.
I think the benefit of the conference tournament is you are playing under the pressure of win or go home, and that prepares you for the NCAA tournament.
It's been impressive how quickly Kim Mulkey has risen this LSU program. Remember, her first season, they made it to the second round, but the season before that, they only won 9 games. Then she took over. Second year, won a national championship.
You just show up and get it done. And a lot of people were talking about the non-conference schedule that LSU had last season, but she had no idea that she was going to get the transfers in that she did. Well, what did she do coming into this year? Just get the top 2 transfers to come in, and the expectations were high to start the season off. They dropped that early game to Colorado, but throughout the season, you've seen this team come together. The chemistry has built, and especially on the defensive side.
Hey, we have 2 coaches in this game. Coach Yo, very similar, that going to the transfer portal, they believe in that. They're okay with using it. They want to find good talent.
Coach Yo says Ole Miss is transfer you.
Yeah.
She's ready to take everybody.
They got them to the Sweet 16 last year. Oh, bounces around and out for Flau'jae Johnson. And Marquisha Davis, finally a field goal for the Rebels.
She is so quick, speedy. Her speed and getting into that jump shot, it's kind of like Kalia Copper that played for the Chicago Sky that is now going to the Phoenix Mercury.
And this is going to be Ole Miss ball.
It's coast to coast. Rebound and bring it. Number 2 in blue. Marquisha can make it happen for the Rebels.
And Marquisha Davis, a player that started at Arkansas before transferring over to Ole Miss. Marquisha, as they call her. She has 8 points. The rest of the Rebels squad with 7. Going to work again. 8th rebound for Reese.
Anissa Morrow is just putting in work.
That's 10 points, double figures for Anissa Morrow. She had 10 points yesterday against Auburn. She has 10 points, not even a quarter and a half into this game.
Well, when you put the bigger player on Angel Reese, Morrow can go down low and post up. Right now, she's got Madison Scott on her.
Marquisha Davis is going to get up. Flau'jae Johnson on the floor, too. She gets up.
Guys, you got to watch the way Anissa Morrow gets this position. I mean, for being so undersized and to have as many doubles as she does, I mean, you just imagine the strength. And Carolyn, you can speak to this way more than me down in the post. What does it take to hold the post player off while the top player is giving you that lob pass?
It is the strength that you have in your legs, and Anissa Morrow does that so well, of almost like sitting in a chair. She pushed Kennedy Todd Williams up the lane in order to get that positioning for the lob.
You know, Brooke, we were talking earlier, too, about Anissa Morrow came to this LSU program after she was the top dog at DePaul.
Yeah, she's always been fun to watch. I mean, just being in the city of Chicago, she's been dominating like this since she was 13 years old at Simeon.
And she came to LSU because she wanted to broaden her game. She didn't want to just play inside, but also, and Kim has freed her up to let her play a face-up game as well.
Here goes Morrow again. Janae Kent looking for anything. 4 seconds. Van Lith, the 1-2, bounce.
Van Lith with some confidence too. She was turning the other direction before the ball actually went through the hoop.
Madison Scott will take that and do it with a swish.
Now Scott can't wait until the fourth quarter to get going like she did yesterday.
Angel Reese through contact. 4 points, 8 rebounds for Angel.
It'll be interesting to watch Angel after halftime because you sit still. Will that ankle stiffen up? It's going to take a little bit to get loose again.
Morrow kicks it out for Van Lith. Almost lost it. There are 2 players down. Rita Ibakwe is still down for Ole Miss on the other end, and Marquisha Davis limping down the court. Rita Ibakwe. Let's take a look at what happened on that other end of the floor.
I saw Marquisha, she came down on someone's foot. I still can't quite tell what happened with Ibakwe.
Well, Meredith Pendergast, the training staff for Ole Miss, taking a look at Rita Ibakwe. And her presence down low, so important, especially in this game when you're going up against the Anissa Morrows and Angel Reeses of the world.
Ooh. You could see from the overhead, the ankle, it rolled. Yeah, Ibakwe to help with the rebounding and the size, and now LSU has gone with a big lineup. You have Anissa Morrow, Aaliyah Del Rosario, and Angel Reese.
And Madison Scott just shoots over it. 9 points now for Maddie. She's a first-team All-SEC selection, All-Defensive Team selection.
So you see Morrow now playing a 3 because you've got to find some way to find minutes to rest Flajay Johnson. Now in this zone, that SEC area where Tyus Singleton flash, that's where you need to get the basketball. That gives you options.
Got to hang on to it, though. 6 seconds. In for Marquisha Davis. No, not in time. Not in time. But the foul on Janae Kent. Let's see final. Up for grabs. Yeah, the shot heard around the world. That's exactly what it was. Incredible. Beating Tennessee with 1.1 on the clock. We have to see it again. It doesn't get old. Camila Cardoso, her first career three-pointer sends South Carolina to the SEC Tournament Final. And some alums getting after it. Asia Wilson put this on her Instagram, FaceTiming Candace Parker.
Those are 2 aces teammates. Candace Parker, great player at Tennessee, and All-American. Asia Wilson at South Carolina. There'll be a lot of trash talking that'll go on between those 2.
Dawn Staley looking on.
Dawn and Asia Wilson, they go at it back and forth on social media.
Yes, they do. It's very entertaining. Tyus Singleton was just whistled for her first foul. LSU has hit 4 of its last 5 shots. And that goes out of bounds off of Ole Miss. Good to see Rita Ibakwe back in the game, number 32 in Navy. She was the one that was helped off the court moments ago. They have got to have her presence down low.
When you have the opportunity to move on to advance to play for an SEC championship, you're going to do everything you can to get back in this game.
Singleton looking for it back way. Kennedy's had Williams got loose on the wing, didn't take it. This will be a 2.
I think that 3 was more open. She passed up early in the possession.
10 rebounds already for Angel Reese.
Well, between Angel Reese and Anissa Morrow, those two alone, they've gotten to 17 rebounds.
That's the second against Ibakwe.
You know, Ole Miss did this yesterday. You just kind of hung around, and then all of a sudden, here they came. That fourth quarter, I mean,
Shot out of a cannon.
yeah, they did.
Janae Kent. And Anissa Morrow.
Another offensive rebound.
LSU has 8 offensive boards.
Well, that's what I think Ole Miss needs to try to push in transition. Wear out the legs of LSU.
LSU does not go very deep, and especially when they don't have Michaela Williams available, who is resting. Morrow to Reese. It started with the pick and roll.
Well, LSU's trying to be patient offensively and save their legs because they know they're going to have to work on the defensive end.
Madison Scott, that gets her into double figures with 11.
Remember yesterday when I said Madison Scott passed up a shot looking to pass, I said she needs to remember who she is. She needs to come into this game knowing who she is because she's going to need that if she has any intention of knocking off LSU.
She remembered in the fourth quarter who she is yesterday. And LSU calls a timeout here. Tigers up 31-23.
I really felt I was awful, but you know, I just want to, like, again, be there for my teammates any way I can. So even on a slow night, I'm just happy to help, and I'm happy we got the dub.
Maddie, how you gonna tell the people you played bad? You're at 15 and 14, baby.
I love that. Madison Scott had 14 points, a season-high 15 rebounds. Brooke, I was surprised she told you she didn't play well.
I mean, an unbelievably selfless player. As Foe goes for 3, Maddie Scott is the ultimate teammate. And when you have players like that who can complement and see the talent in others, it really just enhances the level of your own squad.
Yeah, and remember, this is a player, a post player, who was asked to play the point guard position.
Well,
and said, okay.
She's 6'4" with guard skills.
Yeah.
And I love her energy. Madison Scott's motor that she has. She played 3-on-3, 3x3 this summer and really could exhibit what she was able to do. And I think that really helped her because throughout her career, Coach O has talked about how she's got to stay engaged all the time and know where she needs to be and how she can impact when she's away from the ball. And I think she has brought that to her game this season.
Yeah, Madison Scott, number 24 in Navy, pulling up in front of Reese, a bit off the mark. There's a jump ball, possession arrow to LSU, but going back to the 3-on-3, Madison told us that taught her so much because you cannot take a play off on 3-on-3.
There's a 12-second shot clock.
Yeah.
So you've got to be ready to make quick decisions, ball screen, screen and slip, pick and pop, rebound, kick it out. And it is so intense and quick moving, and you got to be in great shape.
Kickball stays with the Tigers. Van Lith.
Again, Anissa Morrow on the boards.
Right back up with it. Haley Van Lith, another opportunity. They are killing it on the offensive glass. 11 offensive rebounds. No bucket. And 3 seconds was called on Anissa Morrow before that bucket by Flage. There's the hero from earlier, Camila Cardoso.
Man, that's a shot she will never forget.
Getting a hug from our boy Hayes. So cool to see, too, her family, her mom and her sister in the stands.
Oh, my gosh. That was incredible. And Dawn Staley told the ladies on the set that she told us, she looked up and was like, there's not going to be enough time for Camila to make another pass, to go over and go ahead and shoot the blank thing.
Kind of like that. Zakiya Stevenson, the freshman.
Shoot it, shoot it.
First three-pointer for Ole Miss. They're not a team that shoots a lot or hits a lot. Last in the SEC in three-point percentage. Janae Kent misses. Madison Scott, yes, with the pull-up. She's got 13. Out of bounds off of Ole Miss.
Stevenson, she gets her shot blocked, but doesn't let that shake her confidence. She steps in, steps out, knocks down the three.
She gave Ole Miss some good minutes yesterday. They needed her to come in and handle the ball, run this offense, and she did as a true freshman. And the take from Janae Kent.
The defense, the offense that's provided, it's been picking up a little bit.
6 seconds here. Madison Scott has 8 of the last 11 points for the Rebels. Stevenson's going to have to let it go. That was not in time. And Ole Miss ran out of time. So LSU will take a lead into the locker room, 36-28. 2 double-figure scorers already for LSU, Anissa Morrow and Flage Johnson. Angel Reese has 8 points and 12 rebounds. And yeah, she's playing in this game, Brooke. She's over there with you.
Yeah, she is getting some good minutes in. Angel, as this game's gone on, how much has your ankle loosened up?
It's loose. I'm trying to do as best as I can, going up strong as I can. Of course, I'm coming down cautious a little bit, but I'm rebounding the hell out the ball, and I'm trying to do as much as I can for the team. So I think we're doing a good job right now, and we have a good second half coming up.
Yeah, y'all are battling the boards as well, and you're also being able to lean on Flage for some outside shooting. How big has that been?
Hey, the bench is key for us tonight. I mean, we don't really go too deep, but Janae making that and going in confident as she is as a freshman, I'm super happy for her, but we have a whole second half to do.
All right, appreciate you, Angel. Thank you so much. All right, we'll send it over to you, Alyssa, at the studio.
Love that from. You're watching ESPN's Champ Week presented by Principal.
I guarantee that we get it and you can bet it in cash. Coast to coast, around the globe, they know the flow. We ain't ready to stop, so let's go. Back to back, it's goal to goal. We get one shot, you're gonna sit and just watch. Oh no! Yeah, we winning tonight, good feeling tonight. Killing haters, whole vibe with a smile. Why you looking surprised? Get up out of your mind, another time, so let's go!
This is the SEC Women's Basketball Tournament Semifinal. You're watching the SEC on ESPN. You will never forget watching this shot. Camila Cardoso throwing up a prayer. South Carolina jumping in to the SEC Tournament Final at the buzzer with a win over Tennessee. Courtney Lyle, Carolyn Peck, and Brooke Weisbrod back with you. Now, who is going to face that South Carolina team? Right now, LSU up at the half over Ole Miss, 36-28. The question coming into this game was, would we see the SEC Player of the Year in Angel Reese? And the answer is yes.
Oh, yeah, and she is nothing going to deny her being in this ball game. She has been rebounding crazy. She has 12 rebounds, but then also scoring 8 points. It isn't easy, but the greats have to tough it through, and that's what Angel Reese has done for LSU tonight. Can she keep it up? Did she get stiff? when she was in the locker room at halftime, or did she keep it moving around so that she was able to play in this second half?
For Ole Miss offensively, what do you want to see here? The Rebels shooting 31% from the field. That's a good sign for Madison Scott.
Madison Scott's got to play like she did in that fourth quarter yesterday in the quarterfinals. She has got to be looking for a shot, not so much a distributor, and looking for opportunities to attack.
She already has more points than she did yesterday at 15 today, 14 yesterday. Van Lith, the turn and shoot. And a foul on Anissa Morrow. Angel Reese, 12 rebounds. Anissa Morrow's a rebound away from a double-double. Flau'jae Johnson's got 10 points. She's at 2 triples. But Ole Miss has cut it to 6 here.
And the amount of minutes that LSU's starters are going to have to play, it will be a huge advantage for Ole Miss to pick up the tempo of this game.
Marquisha Davis in double figures. LSU trying to get back into the final for the first time since 2012. Ole Miss hasn't been to the SEC Tournament Final since 1983. All right, Angel Reese, there's that double-double. 21 double-doubles, now 22 on the season. That's 4th in the nation.
I've seen Angel Reese working on that face-up game. She is demonstrating she can do so many different things.
That's the second foul on Angel Reese.
Look, for LSU to advance, try to get to Cleveland, she's going to have to knock down these kind of shots. That one looked nice.
Angel Reese going over to talk to Kim Mulkey while Rita Ibakwe is at the free throw line.
Yeah, Angel Reese will communicate with Kim Mulkey of things that she sees on the floor and make suggestions of what she thinks they should run, because she knows when she feels the different contact that she's receiving, how teams are guarding her, how she can take advantage of that.
Ibakwe 1 of 2.
Ole Miss bringing some pressure, try to force some turnovers.
There it is, Marquisha Davis with the steal and the bucket, 12 points now.
This could be a problem in the second half, because not only does pressing force you to possibly turn the ball over, but it takes more out of you physically.
Last year, Poa out there for LSU with 3 fouls. Morrow guarded by Scott. And she lost it. It'll be Ole Miss ball.
Marquisha Davis just ran right in the passing lane and paid it off on the other end. The defense then forcing another turnover for LSU. And I keep talking about the fatigue factor for LSU, because not only not able to get up and down the floor, but it can affect your discipline, your ability to concentrate on what you need to do.
That's a foul on Kennedy Todd Williams, her second. And it looks like right now Angel's trying to create. She brought the ball up the floor and probing through the lane.
Well, after she demonstrated she could make that face-up shot, trying to spread the floor, then they're isolating Anissa Morrow on the block. And that's leaving driving lanes. So they're not, because LSU's not a team that normally relies on perimeter shots. They're only shooting like 32% from the three-point line.
Todd Williams in trouble. The kick out to Scott. Stevenson back to Madison Scott. 5 seconds. Kennedy Todd Williams, turn around, knocks it down.
There were a few easier shots before that could have been taken. She took the most difficult one of the possession and knocked it down.
But Ole Miss within 2.
See Angel on the perimeter, Morrow inside, pulling a big way away from the basket. Ibakwe with a big defensive stop.
We're talking about this last play.
I think Kennedy Todd Williams slamming the basketball down.
Yeah, so Kennedy Todd Williams will get a technical foul on that one. There was also a personal foul on Janae Kent of LSU. So that makes it 3 now on Kennedy Todd Williams as Haley Van Lith shoots the free throws.
Players have to understand in the heat of the moment, if you, as bad as you want to advance to the finals, you've got to keep your emotions in check.
So 3 personals on Kennedy Todd Williams. She is still out there.
LSU's overload. They wanted to get the ball to Angel Reese. They called her there for an offensive foul.
Yeah, that's her 3rd.
I didn't see that. She was just posting up. Man, that's a missed opportunity after getting the ball back.
If you're Ole Miss, you try to go at her now?
Absolutely you do. Ibakwe needs to post up, call for it. Even put her, there we go, in a ball screen. Have the guards drive at number 10 in white.
Ibakwe goes over her. Angel does not foul. Kennedy Todd Williams just picked up her 4th foul. So she goes to the Ole Miss bench. Okay, so the officials are going to go back and look at this. We're going to step aside and figure it out. We'll let you know what's happening when we come back.
College game day, one of the best environments in all of college hoops. Give me this energy. We love it here. These fans have set the standard for college game day.
College Game Day, live from Greensboro, Sunday at noon on ESPN.
That's tomorrow. Game day will be in the house of the ACC Tournament. Champ Week continues Sunday. 3 women's titles games on ESPN. We start with the ACC title game at 1, followed by the SEC. South Carolina will be there playing one of these teams, and then the Pac-12 title game. USC and Stanford will cap the afternoon. Tomorrow's going to be a lot of fun.
It's going to be a lot of great basketball games.
South Carolina got their with a hero shot from Camila Cardoso. Will they face LSU for a second time? Count the bucket for 2 for Flage Johnson.
The foul was called, was that on Zakiya Stevenson?
Yeah, so that is her third. We want to let you know, too, during the last break, they went back and reviewed the foul. Kennedy Todd Williams, not her 4th foul. She has 3 fouls for Ole Miss. It was given to Zakiya Stevenson. So now she has 3 after just picking up her 3rd. So now they've waved off the bucket? No, so the bucket's good. There's just 4 team fouls. It wasn't on Flage Johnson.
Now, Ole Miss needs to push in transition, but they've got to have somebody running the floor, especially in the middle.
Tipped away by Anissa Morrow. And that's a turnover for LSU.
Madison Scott for Ole Miss. Here's where the foul occurs. Zakiya Stevenson. She was all tied up with Anissa Morrow. But Madison Scott needs to look for a shot. She needs to look for her option to score.
Offensive foul on Maddie Scott. Her 2nd. Out of bounds off of LSU. Just a 6-point game in our 2nd semifinal of the day. Ole Miss and LSU trying to get back to that SEC Tournament final for the first time in a very long time. Well, Coach Yo has transformed this Ole Miss program. The last 3 seasons, they were the WNIT runners-up. Then they went back to the NCAA tournament for the first time since 2007. And last year, they made it to the Sweet 16. This is a coach that coaching is kind of in her blood. She got an early start, we've learned.
Well, Coach Yo's father coached for many years in the Bahamas. He coached AAU teams at a young age when Coach Yo was only 10 years old. And Moon McPhee told me that he had about 6 AAU teams going at a time, and he was tired. And he told his 10-year-old daughter, Yolette, listen, you're going to coach the game tonight. And as she's coaching, she sat down the best player on the team, and she told him, look, you don't want to pass the basketball, so you're not going to play. And he knew then that she had coaching in her blood.
And nothing has changed. There is her father, a Gladstone Moon McPhee.
I ask him, what is the biggest trait, the similarities between the two? And he said, she is herself. He said, that was how I was, coach with that passion, played every play as you were coaching, and that's what you get from Coach O.
And I think that's why players like to play for her. She's true to who she is. She's honest with them. She's passionate.
She hadn't broken down into too many defensive stances today like we normally see with her on the sideline.
I feel like she's been relatively calm the last 2 days.
Well, I think that she sees how close she is to possibly making it back to the SEC, bringing Ole Miss back to the SEC finals. And so she's really thinking everything through.
Last year, Poa makes both free throws. Still a 6 6-point game. Ole Miss in some foul trouble. Zakaya Stevenson with 4, Kennedy Todd Williams with 3. Todd Williams at the free throw line. 4-point game.
She can chip away and get stops, especially with Angel Reese out of the game. Though she just got up, she's heading to the table.
Last year, Poa with the triple.
Poa's going to be key for LSU. Rotation, depth-wise, running the point.
I mean, she was in some foul trouble in the first half.
Kim Mulkey has been so pleased with her decisions and how she has taken over that point guard spot.
Angel Reese will check back into a 7-point ball game. Reese and Morrow both with double-doubles here. They're double-double trouble.
Well,
or not.
Kim Mulkey changed her mind. She's like, no, I'm gonna leave Del Rosario out there. I think as long as LSU has a lead, I would rest Angel Reese.
Tweaked that ankle yesterday, was questionable coming into this game. Did not go through shoot around. Todd Williams is starting to feel herself a little bit. She's had 2 good looks last 2 possessions.
Well, and she needs to. They are a second half team, and especially when they feel like their back's against the wall, that's when the Rebels take it to another level.
36 points in this quarter for Kennedy Todd Williams.
Yeah, Angel was coming in. Kim said, no, no,
nope.
Aaliyah, you're going to stay in there. She wanted to play.
First foul by Marquisha Davis puts Flage Johnson at the free throw line.
The starters played a lot of minutes yesterday, and even when they were up 20-plus points, I'm wondering when Kim was going to start subbing. She had to sub a lot early today in hopes that they are going to be playing tomorrow, save some of the legs.
Ibakwe trying to go up through a triple team. Yeah, and LSU doesn't have a ton of depth. Their bench minutes per game and points per game are both second fewest in the SEC behind Arkansas.
See, Ole Miss has used their bench, and they like to run.
Marquisha Davis is fouled. That's the 3rd on Janae Kent. And this tournament is unique too. We talked a little bit about it yesterday. When you get to the NCAA tournament, you're going to have a day of rest in between every game. When you're at the SEC tournament,
it is back to back to back. I could use a day off in between.
Yeah.
But it's exciting basketball. I'm still not over what we saw in this first semifinal game today.
Just incredible. A buzzer beater by Camila Cardoso, a 6'7" post player.
Well, first, Tennessee came from 23 points down.
Yes.
To put them in the position to win the game.
And then heartbreak for the Lady Vols. Ooh, in and out for Anissa Morrow.
Now Ole Miss needs to push.
Just down by 5.
If Ole Miss can push in transition, playing to the rim, they can keep getting those opportunities, getting to the free throw line.
Second foul on Del Rosario.
So Angel's got 3. Anissa. Oh, it changed. Anissa Morrow has just one. Just one. So Reese with 3, Poa with 3.
That was the second on,
has 3.
Yeah, that was the second on Del Rosario.
Hey, we got us a 3-point game.
17 points for Madison Scott, too.
So now I can imagine that Ole Miss is going to set up, I would, full court press. Try to force some turnovers.
Well, Ole Miss is trailed by as many as 11 today. But specifically in this third quarter, that 3-headed monster, it's gone to work.
The balance and what each one of them bring. You had Madison Scott scoring on the block, Marquisha Davis with the steal score, and then Kennedy Todd Williams with the jumper. The 3 of them combined can be pretty scary.
That's why they call it a monster, Peck.
Oh.
It's not a 3-headed teddy bear, which also might be scary.
But those 3, when they get rolling, they are dangerous.
They've got 18 points here in the third quarter. The rest of the team just 1. They're 7 of 8, too, from the field.
The 3 of them need to, I think, push tempo now to end the third and through the fourth.
Angel Reese back in the game, trying to corral that rebound, and it will stay with LSU. Under 90 seconds to go in the quarter.
And Kennedy Todd Williams has got to keep her emotions in check. Even if you don't like the call by the official, you don't want to get another technical foul.
Stolen away by Scott. She'll outlet to Todd Williams. And Madison Scott, 19 points, the 6-0 run for Ole Miss. They're within 1.
Madison Scott starting to remember who she is.
That's dangerous if you're her opponent.
Start on the defensive end and then push in transition. Not looking to pass, but looking to score. She's got to hunt buckets. Number 24, she's got to be the go-to if she has any plans of taking the Rebels to play on Sunday.
And Madison Scott, 19 points tonight after 14 yesterday. She has announced she is going to come back next year. She is stuck with Ole Miss her entire career, was the 2021 SEC Freshman of the Year. Second team last year, first team this year.
And her game continues to improve. I remember her as a freshman. She was a very emotional player because she loves to compete, and she had to harness that emotion to move it always in a positive direction. And now she has gotten that balance under control. Excuse me, under control. I love to watch her play.
I like to watch Arquisha too. That just sparked her whole team. She can tie it at the free throw line.
But the SEC semifinals are all about big-time players making big-time plays. And Marquisha Davis did exactly that.
$18 points for Marquisha Davis, double figures for the 25th time this season. Had a career-high 33 yesterday, 18 today, looking to tie it here. Rims out. Hands of Reese, shot clock still on.
LSU got to play through Angel Reese.
Van Lith trying to go over Ibakwe. And Angel Reese is fouled. Rita Ibakwe walked away, holding her mouth. It's the second foul against Davis.
Ibakwe and Angel Reese collided because Reese went to the floor. She was able to pop up.
56 double-doubles in the last 2 seasons, tied for the most in Division I. 11 straight double-doubles after her numbers tonight, 11 and 15. Now 12 and 15.
At the top of every opponent's scouting report is keep Angel Reese off the glass.
Has anyone been able to do that?
No. You just talked about her double-doubles.
Ole Miss can take the last shot. Down 2. And they turn it over instead. LSU's defense helps them hang on to the lead. 10 minutes to decide who is moving on to Sunday. Ole Miss hasn't been there since 1983. For LSU, be the first since 2012. ESPN's exclusive presentation of college basketball is brought to you by Principal. Let's build a retirement and benefits plan that works for your team. 2-point game in our second and final semifinal. Winner of this one will take on South Carolina. Will we get the rematch of South Carolina LSU? Ole Miss and the Gamecocks. Ole Miss really turned things up in the third quarter. They shot just under 70% from the field in the third quarter.
And their defense was good too. They held off LSU. LSU has really struggled to score in that third quarter.
They did not have a field goal in the last 4 minutes.
I think the biggest reason that LSU has the lead right now, it's just the work that they've done on the offensive glass. They've got 12 offensive rebounds.
There's a field goal LSU's been looking for, and it comes off the hands of Angel Reese. 14 and 15 for Angel. Offensively, Ole Miss has 2 players in double figures. Marquisha Davis with 18, Madison Scott with 19. Both on the floor right now. Here's Scott. Got an offensive foul on Marquisha Davis. That's going to be her 3rd.
To close this game out, LSU is going to have to play through Angel Reese. And one-on-one, I don't think Ole Miss would be able to stop number 10 in white.
The SEC Player of the Year, averages a double-double, has a double-double.
See the diagonal screen to get Angel Reese isolated in the paint. Just let number 10 go to work.
Marquisha Davis hitting the gas, the behind the back pass. She'll get it back and finish.
A little give and give it back. Ayanna Thompson.
Spicy in transition. That gets Marquisha Davis to 20 points. 8th time this season she's hit the 20-point mark, including last 2. Reese will finish that one.
The Stars have got to step up if they want to advance to the finals. Marquisha Davis, give it up and get it back for 2. And then Angel Reese just going to work inside, gets the bucket and one. A trip to the free throw line.
That's the fourth foul on Rita Ibakwe. Bounces it in, three-point play. Angel Reese has scored LSU's last 6. Ayana Thompson in trouble.
Ooh, Coach Yo was trying to call a timeout to Denise Brooks on the baseline.
And they're going to grant it to her. 11 seconds on the shot clock, 58-53 here in the fourth quarter. We step aside. Winner to the SEC final. And Cardoso for 3. Banks it in! A miracle for the Gamecocks! An unbelievable shot from Camila Cardoso puts South Carolina back in the SEC Tournament Final, and LSU is trying to be a team that meets them there. Angel Reese doing it on a bum ankle.
And she has put up great numbers tonight, 17 points, 15 rebounds. Kim Mulkey has managed her minutes so that she can be effective while she's on the floor. Can she close this thing out?
Or will Ole Miss come back and they be the ones to face South Carolina tomorrow?
Well, the way we saw Ole Miss play yesterday in that fourth quarter, the potential is there.
Flau'jae Johnson finishing through contact. She's got 16.
I love about Flau'jae Johnson. She finished contact, didn't argue with the officials. She just got back. She's standing on business.
Angel Reese with the steal. Ankle looks fine. A 7-0 run for the Tigers. Ayana Thompson misses. Kennedy Todd Williams. Up top to Scott.
Scott's got to go to work.
Todd Williams will take the 3. Crushed it! She's into double figures. One of 3 players for Ole Miss.
We had a good one in that first game. We're having a good one to finish it out tonight.
That's what the semifinals are about.
Win and continue to play. Lose and you go home.
Todd Williams backs this out. Eight seconds. Ole Miss has got to shoot. Shot clock violation.
Defense to offense. You got Flau'jae in transition, finishing through contact, and then another steal by the SEC Player of the Year, Angel Reese, coast to coast.
Ole Miss controlled the third quarter. Now LSU has outscored Ole Miss here in the fourth quarter by 4. Flau'jae Johnson the step back. And a foul away from the ball as Anissa Morrow took a hard fall. That's the 3rd on Madison Scott.
Scott on the box out, called for the foul.
Both teams a bit short-handed in this game. Hasn't mattered. It's been a battle. LSU playing without Michaela Williams. Ole Miss playing without Snuda Collins because of a coach's decision. She's usually a starter for them.
Carissa Richardson gave Ole Miss good minutes yesterday as well on the glass and finishing in the paint.
Oh, and last year, Poa holding her head on the floor underneath the basket. Poa trying to stand up. Angel Reese is basically holding her up right now. And the LSU staff helping last year Poa off the court right now. And I think they're calling for additional help to come out to the floor for last year Poa of LSU. And the stretcher coming out now. Poa was under the basket. It came down hard, hit the floor very hard. They're putting a neck brace on her right now. She tried to get up and tried to walk off the court, but went back down, and now they're attending to her and putting the backboard behind her. See her teammates gathered together. A terrifying sight to see a teammate go down.
It really is, and you know how hard last year plays for this team. Their team has a great respect for the effort that she gives. She is that player that sacrifices her body to take charges. She's 30 on the season. And I know that they've got to be concerned with seeing her right now.
Again, if you're just joining us, last year Poa hitting the floor very hard under the basket. She tried to get up with the assistance of her teammates, with the assistance of the training staff, tried to walk back to the bench and could not. So they have brought out the stretcher and they're securing her right now. Kim Mulkey, her head coach, right by her side. And there see her teammates emotional, and rightfully so. How could you not be? A player, so much passion, so much love for her teammates.
I just really hope that she is okay.
Last year, Poa we'll certainly try to get an update for you on her. An emotional moment, a scary moment for her teammates, for everyone in this gym on both sides.
And you see Flau'jae Johnson, she couldn't bust out of that huddle fast enough. You can tell players now, when you see a teammate like that go down, they want to win this game for her. They've got to regroup emotionally. They got to focus on the task at hand for the next 5 minutes and 44 seconds to try to take this team to the SEC Finals.
Because I had a chance to observe the LSU huddle while that was going on, and Poa was getting treatment, and Angel Reese was reassuring both Flau'jae Johnson as well as her other teammates that she was going to be okay. A lot were visibly upset and crying. And when Kim Mulkey came over to the huddle, she sat down and got very close to all the players' faces and said, she's okay, she's moving her limbs. Now I need you to go out and win this game. Go do this for her. We got to play well emotionally, physically, and get it done. Get on the boards.
And immediately Angel Reese comes out and gets a bucket for LSU. Again, if you're just tuning into this game, last year Poa went down, was just taken off on the stretcher.
This team already playing shorthanded without having Michaela Williams. Angel Reese had tweaked her ankle last night. She has toughed it up to play today and is finding the energy and the will to play in this fourth quarter.
A shot clock violation forced by this LSU defense under 5 minutes to go. LSU has led by as many as 11. The winner will get South Carolina tomorrow in the SEC Tournament Championship game. Madison Scott in transition. Anissa Morrow, Kennedy Todd Williams off to the races, up ahead to Stevenson. Swatted away by Flage.
Flage just has that look. And she's going to do everything she can to take this team to tomorrow for last year POA. We have seen Ole Miss also turn it up. They did so yesterday, but they can't turn it over. When a player's injured, it can be as hard on the opposing team as the teammate, as the team that she's come from, because you know what it would feel like if you had a teammate of your own get hurt. So you've got to get mentally back engaged as well.
No one on either side wants to see an injury like that. Angel Reese misses. That's going to be last touch by Ole Miss, and it will stay with the Tigers. Flage Johnson, lots of room to work.
She said for POA as she hit her chest.
19 for Flage. LSU is at 5 of its last 7. Zakiya Stevenson stepping into it, in and out.
Angel Reese with a snatch of a rebound.
Three minutes to go.
LSU can be patient. Use the shot clock. They just don't want to turn the ball over and allow Ole Miss to run.
For 2.
Kennedy Todd Williams is by herself in the corner.
She was calling for it. Now Haley Van Lith picks her up. Second opportunity goes for Todd Williams. 13 points now. 6-point game.
Ole Miss needs to get a stop. They're going to have to try to force a turnover.
Reese trying to shoot over her defender. It's short. Ole Miss got it right away. And Zakiya Stevenson driving in. Brooke, have you heard anything about last year POA?
Yes, I have. Just got updated by the LSU staff, and she will be headed to St. Francis Hospital for some further evaluation. We'll give you an update if we have one.
Okay, thank you for that update. If you're just tuning into this game, last year POA went down hard. She was taken off on a stretcher. She tried to get up on her own and walk off the court with assistance from her teammates with the LSU training staff, but could not, and they ended up bringing out a stretcher. And Flage Johnson into the scorer's table.
She is giving all she's got today. The 3 she knocks down. We look right at her. She said, that's for POA.
Ole Miss, though, on this end, they have been aggressive going to the basket, not worried about the defenders down low. I think Angel Reese lost her contact. She also just picked up her 4th foul.
There's plenty of time. Ole Miss, I'd expect Marquisha Davis make these free throws, then get into a full court press.
Marquisha Davis has 20 points after a career-high 33 yesterday. 90 seconds to decide who is going to our SEC Tournament Final.
Game ain't over until the fat lady sings. Let me tell you, with what we saw in that first game between South Carolina and Tennessee, look, you better stay tuned in because anything can happen.
Angel Reese trying to get the crowd going.
A make or miss. Ole Miss needs to get into full court pressure, not allow LSU to walk the ball up the court.
1 for 2 for Marquisha Davis. She has 21 5-point game. LSU hasn't scored in 2 minutes.
It's a 2-possession game. Ole Miss is trapped.
Floater from Flau'jae. She's on another level right now.
Big Bo is taking over.
21 points. And Anissa Morrow just coming out with it.
It's a good decision by Haley Van Lith. Ole Miss has got to get up and foul.
And they do. Kennedy Todd Williams, her 4th.
Check out this shot. Change of direction, off balance, going to the left, finishing with the right. Flau'jae Johnson doing all she can to bring LSU to Sunday.
The 6th time this season that she has had 20 points in a game. First foul on Ayanna Thompson. It's the 5th team foul, so that puts in the bonus. 2 shots coming for Van Lith.
Now Ole Miss has got 2 timeouts. So I gotta believe that Coach Yo would advance the ball.
Take one of those timeouts after this and advance the basketball. She will. LSU in this 4th quarter has outscored Ole Miss 18-11. This was right after last year Poa's injury. Angel Reese talking to this team. You heard Brooke say she was challenging them, and then Reese and Flau'jae have taken over.
Well, and you see that last year Poa means so much to Flau'jae Johnson, and Flau'jae really stepped it up. After she made that 3, she said, that's from Poa. When you're playing for somebody else, you can take your game to another level.
So LSU up 71-62. Let's look at the Ole Miss side. They're trailing here, 48.8 seconds to go. They just called this timeout and advanced the ball. Who are you going to right now for a bucket?
I'm getting the ball to Madison Scott. I'm going to have a driving opportunity, having the option to hit Kennedy Todd Williams for 3. You score it, your first thought is you've got to get in a position to possibly foul if LSU decides not to call a timeout and advance the ball.
LSU does have 3 timeouts. They also have a foul to give, but they have the lead. Possession arrow is pointing to the Rebels. So Madison Scott will be the inbounder. Kennedy Todd Williams is going to be set up in the corner at the bottom of your screen, number 3 in Navy.
Don't have a lot of time. You got to get it to Madison Scott.
The kick out to Todd Williams. There you go. That's what they needed. And LSU's going to call a timeout here.
But I think if LSU tried to advance the ball before they got the timeout, they would not be able to advance the ball.
Let's take a look again at this last play.
Madison Scott finds Kennedy Todd Williams, knocks down the three. The space out and the three. But I'm interested to see, did LSU try to inbound the basketball? If so, they cannot advance it.
And they're not going to be able to.
Well, and I think Janae Kent took the ball out. Remember, she's a freshman, so this is a learning opportunity. But now Ole Miss has got a foul.
So 2 free throws coming for Haley Van Lith. Second on Ayanna Thompson. Van Lith 4 for 4 from the free throw line tonight.
With only 1 timeout left for Ole Miss. If there's a miss, you tell Ole Miss to bring it. Well, not now that LSU has pulled everybody off. I think Coach Yo's got to burn another timeout.
She will. That is Ole Miss's last timeout. They will advance the ball. So same thing, you think Kennedy Todd Williams?
I still think that Madison Scott's the person, you want to have 2 options to get the ball to. So her first option, she wanted to get the ball to Marquisha Davis, which I like. Marquisha Davis can penetrate just like Kennedy Todd Williams, or just like Madison Scott. So get the ball in to Marquisha. Marquisha, go. Kick again. Look for the 3, and then you have Madison Scott stepping in from out of bounds. But those things have to go quick. You don't have a lot of time to let the clock run down.
For LSU defensively, how do you play this?
Match up man-to-man, and I would put somebody on the ball, making it tough to get in, and because the inbounder is the most dangerous person, so if she gives it up, get it back.
It's going to be a jump ball possession arrow to Ole Miss. 31.5 on the clock now.
And remember, LSU still has a foul to give. Just do not foul. Do not foul Ole Miss in the act of shooting. And what we learned from the Tennessee game is also, you defend the 3. You don't have to be out close enough to make contact, but don't give just wide open looks.
Ole Miss has got to go quick. And Madison Scott misses. Ole Miss will have another chance with 26 seconds. I think Kim Mulkey is asking for them to look at this.
I want to see who that's off on. But Anissa Morrow was out of bounds. Did the ball hit her while she was out of bounds? Oh, it didn't touch her. And she dodged it.
Wow.
The last out of bounds plays is under review. The call on the floor is blue ball. We will let you know.
Wow.
That was pretty smart. If it didn't hit her leg, and then she dodged it to make sure.
My question is, did it hit the inside of her leg, the one with the sleeve on it? I couldn't tell for sure.
You see the trajectory of the ball as it comes down.
The call stands after review.
So it did hit her leg.
A for effort.
It was pretty close.
So 27.4 on the clock now, a 20-second shot clock for Ole Miss. Down 8.
Ole Miss has got to take the first available shot.
Tipped away by Haley Van Lith. Ole Miss has got a foul, they do. That's the 5th foul on Kennedy Todd Williams. 16 points for her on the day, 7 rebounds, 2 assists.
So now Ole Miss does not have any timeouts left.
Van Lith puts that one in. Last time that we had the 1 and 2 seed meet in the championship game was back in 2020. We're getting closer and closer to a little rematch between LSU and South Carolina. The first meeting was so good this season.
And LSU wanted a rematch, really felt they could have won that game if Angel Reese had not fouled out with 4 minutes left to go.
Taya Singleton with the bucket. Again, Ole Miss doesn't have any timeouts, but Kim Mulkey will take one. She will advance the ball with 10.3 left.
And she wants to make sure the ball gets away from Ole Miss's basket.
We got to flash back. The last time we saw LSU South Carolina, things got a little spicy.
She got it. LSU is taking the lead back. Reese playing with those 4 fouls. Here comes Johnson. It's number 5 on Reese.
When you don't have your All-American on the floor, it takes you out of your rhythm.
In the corner, Hall. You bet. The Gamecocks remain undefeated.
That was a good basketball game. Crowd was outstanding. When you don't have Angel Reese, we did about as good as we could.
It was a 6-point game, an unbelievable atmosphere going in favor of South Carolina, and we're 10.6 seconds away from the rematch.
And on the first half of that game, Camila Cardoso didn't play well. She got in some foul trouble. Then it was the reverse in the second.
It's been a minute since LSU was in the SEC Tournament Final. They are back for the first time since 2012. We'll get the matchup the nation has been craving. LSU and South Carolina play for an SEC Tournament title on Sunday.
The grit and determination by LSU. They don't have Michaela Williams. Wasn't sure whether or not Angel Reese was going to be able to play. She gutted it out. 21 points, 17 rebounds, and Flau'jae Johnson, 21 points tonight to take LSU to the SEC Championship game.
Double-doubles from Anissa Morrow and Angel Reese, even on the bummed ankle. She gets her double-double, her 22nd of the season. 21 points and 17 rebounds. And Brooke is standing by with Angel.
I know. All right, Angel, we saw you huddle up with your team after last year Poa went down. What were you telling everybody to keep them reassured?
We knew what Poa wanted from us. It was for Poa tonight, and being able to come together. I mean, I'm emotional just because she brings so much to the team, and I hope she's okay. So tonight was for Poa, and we're going to go back and go check on her.
And we kind of heard you guys in the huddle, Kim Mulkey coming over, just really firing you guys up, saying, hey, go out there and win this game. What did that message feel like for her to reassure you?
We had already been through some adversity throughout the year, missed games, different lineups, so many different things has happened to our team. And we were just built for this moment. And we trusted God, and we played together, and we're some dogs. So I'm just happy where we're at with the team, and we're getting ready for tomorrow.
Getting ready to head into tomorrow for an SEC championship against South Carolina. Another rematch, lots of matchups for you in the history. What will make this one different?
Just being able to play together, learn from our mistakes from the first time we see them at home. So just going back and resting tonight, going through film, and then coming together and play tomorrow.
Any message to Poa?
I love you, Poa.
All of our thoughts with last year Poa, who was taken off on a stretcher here in this fourth quarter, but LSU gets it done for their teammate. They get back to the SEC Tournament Final for the first time since 2012.
And when you get to this point of the season, it is about mental preparation. The teams have to be locked in, refresh back on your mistakes that you made leading up to this point, what you've done well, and bring it, leave everything on the floor once you get into that championship game.
You excited for Sunday?
I cannot wait.
One more sleep until we get the rematch. South Carolina and LSU. LSU getting the win tonight over Ole Miss, 75-67. We will see the 1 and the 2 seed in our SEC Tournament Championship game tomorrow at 3 Eastern on ESPN. Coming up next, men's college basketball, VCU and Dayton. But for now, LSU, they did it for POA. They're on to the SEC Final.